All right, so I'm here with Michael. Michael, how old are you?
25.
25. And are you originally from Arizona?
Nah, I'm from California.
California.
Yo,
And what brings you out here, bro?
I came out here because I'm a two-striker out there back in Cali, and I've been out here off and on for about 7 years now.
Um, are you homeless right now?
Yeah,
How did you end up homeless?
I came out here. I started hanging around with some females, got addicted to meth. Then from meth, it just went on, and right now I'm struggling with blues. Trying to living off that and get back to normal.
So, how long have you been addicted to the blues?
For about 2 years now.
2 years?
Yeah.
And how did you get introduced to the blues?
The homeless life, being on the streets, the homeless crowd, everybody knows everybody around here, and you sit down, one person will be smoking, they'll be like, hey, you want to hit? And it's just the environment, it's just how it goes out here.
So, is that like the main thing that's going on out here?
Yeah.
All right. And how dangerous is it out here in Phoenix, Arizona?
If you don't know the street life, you can get hurt real fast. Like, as long as you stay in your lane, you're good. But if you go on other people's business, ear hustle and stuff like that, or listening to what one person's saying and going and telling the other crowd, you can get hurt really quick. You just gotta know the fine line between respect. As long as you have respect, you can respect yourself and respect others, you're good. Because if you don't respect yourself, you can't respect others because you don't know what it's about. So as long as you have respect for yourself and you know that fine line and you walk it, you'll be all right.
How was your childhood growing up, bro?
It wasn't your normal average childhood. It was, to me, it was normal because I was growing up in it. But now that I'm old enough to look back and know the difference, it wasn't an environment for a child at all. I never had schooling. I only got 2 months with the schooling in my whole life. I grew up in institutions, juvies, foster homes, prison, county, all of that. And my parents, they did the best they could. I don't blame them for anything because I'm a man now. My choice is what I am today. But my parents, they was crackheads and they did the best they could, but it was more like a friend. They wasn't like parents with us. It was more like a friend relationship.
Yeah.
At the age of 8, 9 years old, I used to go buy the crack for them and stuff like that. It was more like a friend relationship. So it wasn't a good childhood at all.
So, but you did grow up with both parents, your mom and dad?
At the age of 12 is when they separated because my mom, she found out she had cancer.
Yeah.
And when my dad bugged out and left her. And it was gone for like 3-4 years, and then she beat cancer. So when my dad heard that, he tried to get her back.
Yeah.
And me and my brothers, we wasn't gonna let that happen. You with a person through thick and thin. You don't just leave them because she's sick. And my dad was very abusive. I was growing up, I used to watch my dad beat up my mom and stuff like that. He used to beat us up. My dad was very abusive, and he wasn't a good father at all.
And you were telling me that you grew up in South Central, right?
Yeah.
Were you involved in gangs when you were out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how was the gang life out there growing up?
It was a second family. It was they showed me love and the love that my family should have showed me. If I didn't have a spot to stay, the homies would let me stay to them. If I wasn't looking clean, they'll give me clothes. And of course, they're doing all that for me. I can't expect anything for free, so if anything needed anything done, I was there.
Yeah.
And then that's when I joined the gang. And then from the gang life, it's a lot of violence and all that. And at the age of 13, I went in for assault with a deadly weapon. They tried to give me juvenile life. I ended up doing 2 years in boot camp. And that's how I caught my first strike. And then after that, I got out. I ended up catching another assault with a deadly weapon, and that gave me my second strike. And I did another year. And now that I look back, and if I had the decision to join the gang and not, I would have stood out of it.
So what is the difference? Do you see a lot of difference between the gang lifestyle out here in Phoenix and in LA?
Oh yeah. Like the gangs out here is really not gangs. Like, what they do, they're doing stuff they're not supposed to. Like Bloods and Crips, they're associating together and all that, and then you got your Raza gangs that ain't supposed to be dealing with each other, but they still do. Back there, back home, you do that, you get killed. Out here, it's really not gang banging. They think it is, but it's not. You know, the people that out here that gang bang, they should be happy that it's not organized like how we are. Cause man, we walk a thin line. I mean,
Yeah, I know how it is out there in Canada.
Yeah.
I've been through it too, but even trying to get these interviews, bro, it's hard to get anybody to talk to you out there. So,
oh yeah,
I
you
understand.
barely won't even get none. See, like homies out here, like people in gangs out here, they'll be doing drugs with their homies from the same hood. Back where I'm from, they catch me doing drugs, I get a calentada, I get smashed, and it's just in some parts it's better because it's more strict. Like they don't want their hood to look bad, so they don't want their people doing drugs. They don't want them looking dirty because it makes them look bad. So they stay hard on you to keep yourself clean and present yourself normal. But when it's expected to ride, you gotta ride to the fullest.
That's right. Right. Before you were homeless, did you have any sort of work? Were you working?
No, I never had a job in my life.
Nah.
I grew up doing body work. Before my dad split on us, he taught me trades. He taught me how to do body work and, you know, fucking yard work, stuff like that. So what I do is I work on cars. I pull the dents out, paint them, shit like that.
And that's what you do right now to survive?
Yeah.
All right, that's good, man.
That and plus whatever else I gotta do, you know, anything necessary.
Yeah.
It's hard out here.
Currently looking for work or anything like that?
If it comes my way, yeah. But for me to go and apply applications and all that, I ain't got no ID, no social security card, birth certificate. I ain't got none of the stuff they require for me to actually get a real job. And now these days to get that stuff, you need identification to get that. So in order to get that, it's like almost impossible. And then it's like the government and all these stuff they're saying like they're trying to help the homeless and provide programs for us to make it easier for us. It's really not. Like, cause I just went to CAS, and I tried to get my paperwork, and in order to get my birth certificate and all that stuff, I need an ID and some type of ID. In order to get that, I need ID to get it. And when I tell them that, they just tell me they can't help me. So it's to a certain extent that they try to help people. And when people like me that ain't have nothing and that grew up with nothing, it's like we're in the shadows. And then like homeless people that has their IDs and all that, yeah, they got programs for them. They can get up and go to a shelter and whenever they want. They got programs where they can set them up in apartments, you know, stuff, yeah, for that. But for like me, nah, it's like forgotten about.
So where do you see yourself like in 5 years, bro?
Honestly, realistic, probably the same thing. But hope-wise, doing way better than this. Hopefully have a place to stay. Hopefully off drugs. And, you know, just doing somewhat good, you know. Like, what I really want out of life, all that fancy shit would be cool, but, like, I just want my average 9 to 5. That's all I want. I just want a home to go to, wake up, do my job, come back, have my family, my little dinner, you know, that's it. And hopefully, you know, I get blessed to where I could get on the right path to start that foundation up. But realistically, it's probably the same thing.
If you have younger viewers that are watching this video that are thinking about trying blues or thinking about getting into gangs, what kind of advice would you give them?
If you want to destroy your life, and if you want to be like me, go ahead and do it, because all you're going to get out the gangs and using drugs is this. At the start, you're kicking it with your homies, that yeah, it's going to feel like brothers, it's going to feel like love, like damn, they're going to be there for you for thick and thin, but only you going to do the time. They ain't going to be putting money on your books, they're not going to be looking out for your family, you're forgotten about, your family's forgotten about. And throughout all that, who's hurting is you and your family. not them. So my advice, stick to your family, do what you do, get a job, and leave the drugs and the gang life alone. Because you can ask anyone that knows about the gang life in the streets, that all you get out of it is this. It's pain, sorrow, lonely days, lonely nights. You have to steal food sometimes. You have to steal from people sometimes. And whoever says otherwise is a fake and a lie. And my advice, leave it alone. Just listen to your parents, go to school, get a job, and leave it alone. Because it ain't nothing but pain in this.
Right, and if I have any subscriber or any viewers that are out there that if they have work for you or anything like that, where can they reach you at? Like, do you have any social media?
No.
No? All right. I just throw that shit out there because, you never know.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they watch my videos and they want to extend some kind of help, so
You have some good people out
I
there.
usually ask people if they want to give out their social media.
And people that do help, that watch and that do help, we thank you guys for that. It shows that there still is good people out there, and there's not too much of that. And to come across that is very rare. And the person that receives that help should be very grateful and very thankful. That's like for real.
All right, man. Hey, thank you for the interview. Are you okay with me using this on my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
All right, man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
You gonna get it on there?
Yeah.
And this is how I get my money. Most of the time, I like to do stuff that won't get me jammed up and stay out of trouble. Instead of going out there boosting and stealing. That way I do this, cops pass by and they just pay no mind. You see all these scratches?
Yeah.
What I'm using is a clear coat base mixed with McGuire's wax. I make this stuff myself.
Oh yeah, homie, get your hustle on.
And I try to help out little youngsters out here that I see that boost and does all that don't have any other hustle. I try to help them out and give them my hustle and stuff. And they'll do it for like a day or two, and this takes time, but after a while they just give it up. And one of the street rules is you never give up your hustle. But if I can help a person out by giving my hustle to benefit him, at least to keep him out of a jail cell, by all means, homie, take it.
You're a smart man, homie.
Obviously not too smart.
All right, man. Gracias, bro.